Hey everyone, Sound884 here with another Blast from the Past review. Today I'm going to look at Transformers Generations Red Alert. I'm not sure exactly which line this guy came out of. I'm going to figure that out and I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Overall, he is just a straight up redo of Sideswipe with an added light bar up top, which are siren lights. But he is a fire rescue vehicle in their updated form here. Love the back. So this is back when, let's see, he's all cleaned up nice and neat. It's all tucked away in there. This is back, it's probably around, I guess, around 2010 or maybe a little before when this guy came out. These molds started hitting around, what, 2007, 2008 when they started doing Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. So he was probably right after that. And it's just the amount of paint work on this guy and this detail that nowadays they do detail in the moldings, but they don't do it with the paint apps. And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, these lights here are all painted. This is painted. It's painted, painted, painted. Even this big red splotch is painted because you can tell where it didn't get finished. Right there. Very nice. I like. They even did the hubcaps. Like I said, it tucks away. His weapon goes nice and neat under there to make his exhaust. And from the back view of this vehicle is, like I want to say, is lovely. It's outstanding. Sorry, I'm trying to play with my lights here, get some good light on this car. I'd say I'm gonna do a comparison. Here we go. Okay, this is him compared with Commodore Wars Sunstreaker. And my main thing is just the back of the vehicles. I mean, to me that is very telling. I mean, it's molded in there. Could they not throw a little paint on that? I mean, I guess they're leaving it for something for the consumer to say, hey, look, I can customize this figure somewhat. But that's just my main gripes with the newer figures. I mean, at least they did paint the hubcaps, and they did do some paint apps, paint the windshields. You know, it's not a bad. This is not a bad looking figure at all, especially from the head on and from the sides. It's just his back is just very plain, and you know, could they do something? And this just didn't start with Combining Words. I do remember their old generations, Reveal the Shield Jazz. How about Jazz? Special Ops Jazz was he's like that. He had like no paint on his back, and he's white, so he was very plain. And so yeah, that's a different story for a different video. Like I said, overall, this guy is lovely. I do love everything about the look of this figure. I mean, some of the paint is a little sloppy, you know, so I'll give it that as one of the negatives of this toy. Now, to transform him, they're a little more involved than the nowadays Transformers. But my thing is, he looks so lovely in vehicle mode. I just hate to ruin it by transforming because I really do not like the robot modes of the Sideswipe and Red Alert. And these, even the Sunstreaker to me was just okay at best. So first thing I'm gonna do is take his weapon off from his exhaust. That's going to be his gun. So we'll just put it to the side. This, you know, you can tell it's all just about Sunstreaker here, but it's on all of them, Sideswipe and him as well. Take it off, and voila, you have this right here. Well, even that looks good. Yeah, you don't even have to have that exhaust if you don't want to do it. Let's go ahead and show you why I got it this way. There is this little gap right here that goes on this little tap things here. So it just fits around it, and you just want to just, you know, push those snaps. And that's how you get that. Like I said, this car is probably about 7 years old, so just transfer. So to remove all of his things here, we can go ahead and start transforming the actual figure. First thing I'm going to do is pop this up. Don't worry, you probably pop it back down during transformation, but it just goes back and forth, but you want it up. So there's that. Take these little back parts here, put them to the side. Ta-da! Alrighty. And we're going to try to get these tabs where everything's tabbed in. And we want to try to get everything untabbed so we can start the transformation process. Okay. There we go. Then once you untab the back part here, which will be his legs, we're going to then fold it down and around like so. Then you want to go ahead and spin his body around a good 180. His feet are hiding inside of here, so you just want to try to get them out. There we go. And we'll work them around. So there's a little tab kind of thing on the red part here that helps you out getting these feet out. So then we want to take his legs and we want to spin them around to where they're like this. And just take his feet and position them correctly. Like so. Alright, legs are done. Now we can go to his upper body here. Just go ahead and move the camera up just ever so slightly. Alright. I got the doors untabbed, so what we're going to do is work his arms out and then go all the way up to here. So we're just going to pull that. And there's this little hinge here. You want to bring it all the way down. Same on the other arm. Just bring that down. And then the wheels will just then turn. These will just go inside, and this part will come to the outside. Like so. Then you want to take his torso here. It's on a hinge, a sliding hinge. And see, like this. You just want to pull it up. Go ahead and start folding his body down. Make sure that's up. So make sure you keep everything out of there. And take his back piece here. Want to spin it, and that will get his head to come up. And then you can close this down. And it will tab into, or lock into his torso. There we go. So we have these little hinge here needs to be faced into the back, and it's not. You want it behind the torso. So it locks it into place for his shoulders. Come on. Like that. You want it back there. So you want to take this and just get it back there. Okay. And you can close that all back up. And that would hold his shoulders in place better when he's in robot mode. Now you just want to get his arms situated. So just fold them around. Take the car doors and you can slide into the sides of his arms. Make sure his hands are correctly. This one is a little loose. The wrist swivels. Like I said, you got options on his doors. Now you can leave them this way, or you can turn them back. Your preference. To make them even more different from Sideswipe, sometimes I just leave these facing forward, and I'll have Sideswipes backwards. Back more so you can let's get a little more different. I know they're colored differently, but they have like the same head and everything, the same car modes, just to make them different. And you take the gun, and you can pick in his hand, like so. Voila, robot mode. Yeah, articulation of this guy, he's got the knees. I get my copy has a lot of stiff joints, but he's got knee bends. He's got knee swivels. There's no thigh swivels down here at his knee. You can go out just a little bit to the sides. And he's got the full range front and back, so for what he hits the back of his windshield. Like I said, knee bends are really tight on my copy. He's got foot articulation, as far as I can see, as a ball joint, but he really doesn't have anything in the back as so of a heel. So a lot of poses he can topple backwards. He does have a wrist swivel, which I do enjoy. He's got a waist swivel, which it keeps hitting here, and you can accidentally untab the torso from the body, and then it kind of messes all this up there. It's got a slight shoulder outwards, but it hits the car, so it doesn't go as far. And he's got the bicep swivel, and he's got the elbow bends pretty far, almost all the way up. And he's got good head rotation. You can spin his head all the way around, a la the Exorcist. Or not the Exorcist, but from the Exorcist, the kid. But, yeah. So, that's what it is for articulation. It is what it is there. So, okay, so pros on this figure. I really love the vehicle mode. The detail in the vehicle mode of the paint apps is what I'm talking about. I love that. I like the paint apps in robot mode. I think the red and the white and the way it looks in robot mode, the colors look good. I like some of the articulation on the wrist swivels. Yeah, I guess I'm running out of the pros on this one already. On to the cons. I don't like the head sculpt. I don't like the way the feet work. They're fine, but to me, I don't think they're big enough, maybe. So really, that's about all my cons, too. I know I said something about the kibble and stuff there, but that isn't as much of a bother to me as just his overall head sculpt and just the feet. So, and his robot mode, overall, to me, is just okay. But this figure, he is superb in the painted detail look, and that's one thing. I could keep this guy in. If they can give me a Power of the Primes Red Alert that looks more G1, I don't care if it's towards toy or towards cartoon or a good mixture of the two, I can keep this one and leave him in vehicle mode and have them together. Have one bot, one vehicle. Because I think they could do a robot mode that surpasses this. Anyway, let me know in your comments down below what you think of this figure, and do you own this figure? And you hoping Hasbro Takara makes a new version. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next one.